Hi Scrappers, it's Kat, my Scrappin' Mama. Yesterday I brought you a video of the Days of December workshop bundle, and so I wanted to show you my 99% completed album and just go over some of my suggestions for you if you're going to do this album. So this album is Days of December bundle, and it is item number CC11181. So this bundle comes with paper and one sheet of Picture My Life cards. They do suggest that you buy another Picture My Life card X7239E. These are foiled and they are just different than what comes in on the 12 by 12 sheet. So there's 24 of them. And they are Picture My Life Christmas list. So they suggest that you get that. And then they also suggest that you use some stamping and some ribbon and that type of thing. So I used what I had on hand. I didn't buy anything extra other than the separate Picture My Life cards to do this album. I used my Cricut. So this workshop comes with the cutting guide, which I went over with you yesterday, and as you can see, here's an example of the cutting guide. It tells you on this cutting guide, I don't know if you can see this, right here, title, December 8th, December 10th, December 19th. As you are cutting your pieces and really think about what you're cutting, this cutting guide is a little different than one that I've done before from Close to My Heart. Make sure that you have a pile for your title, a pile for December 8th, a pile for December 10th, a pile for December 19th. So maybe get a big table out or on the floor, whatever, put a Post-it note down with the date, and then as each piece that you cut it, put it in that pile, or get some file folders and label them title 1 through 31 to back cover. That will really help you keep all these pieces together. And then some of the pieces are a little wonky that you have to cut. Think through what you're cutting. You don't have to just cut down and then cut over. Really think through what you're cutting, and if you're good at the Cricut, then maybe using the basic shapes and cutting these out on your Cricut would be better for you. There is one caveat here. These circles, they want you to use the basic shape circles for the white and then the stitch dies for the gold foil. There are 31 of each of these. There's no way that I'm going to crank my Cuttlebug 31 times. Not this week anyway. Any other day maybe, but not this week. It's just too busy with Thanksgiving and all that coming up. So I just went into my Cricut. This is for the gold foil. It's 1 3/4. I just did 31 1 3/4. And then for the white cardstock, the white daisy, it cuts 31 at 1 1/2. So I just let the Cricut do all of that, and I actually saved a lot of paper that way, not running it through the Cuttlebug. So that's something to keep in mind. And then also, as you're doing these, and after you get all your white daisies cut out, go ahead and stamp them out. Stamp out the days, so it's going to be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 and so on to get to 31. I used, it's not available just yet, but it's the December stamp of the month, and it's Candy Cane. I used this one, and I used the New England Ivy and the Candy Apple. I didn't follow the directions as to which page gets which color ink. I just kind of alternated a little, decided which looks better, kind of on the fly, like I usually am. So anyway, this one here is S1812, and with the $50 order, this stamp set will be $5 in December, so December 1st to the 31st. And it's really cute. It's got like your hashtag, your @ symbol, it's got a little plus, some little dots down here, and then a single period by itself. It's really cute. And it's a candy cane, and you could always stamp it stamp the outline in a color and then color it in with markers, or just leave it blank. But I thought this was really appropriate for the stamp, for the project. So those are a couple things I wanted to point out to you. And then one other caveat, don't sweat. I mean, I printed this out and then I printed each page in color so I could really see what went on, because the instructions don't tell you really more than as you're cutting it out which piece goes with what. And I kind of got a little mixed up on a couple of these, so I don't think that they're exactly right, but they work. So don't sweat it if you get them a little out of order, as long as you have paper to put in each of the pockets and that it somewhat coordinates. Now I don't have this done yet, I don't have it decorated yet, I haven't had a chance to do that, but I just wanted to show you on the inside here. These are some of the Picture My Life cards, and then I cut out some gold stars with my Cricut because I did not get the compliments. So hopefully you can see that. Let me get a little better lighting over here without too much glare. And then here's page 1, and it has some strips here for, you know, conversation starters, what have you. I encourage you to go out to the Close to My Heart blog. Right now they've got the 31 conversation starters for journaling type things, so they would be perfect for this album. And then we've got day 2, and of course I don't have photos in here yet because it's not December. 3, 4, this is really just a cute paper pack, and sorry for that glare. And it looks like here I have one of my pieces in backwards. Oh, I recall what this is. So this is going to have a photo over it, and then the you won't see the Noel. So before you get some of your pictures in, there is a couple of these that are going to look a little wonky. So don't worry about that. So a picture's going to cover that up. And then holidays here, I did not get the compliments, like I said. So I cut out holidays on my Cricut with some Close to My Heart foil. And then I cut this little banner here, and then a snowflake out also with my Cricut. These are Close to My Heart images. And here's day 8, day 9. You can see my stamping. It's just whatever colors. These were the New England Ivy. These are Candy Apple Red. 11 and 12. Here again is another snowflake I cut out with the Cricut. These pages are tight, so really make sure that your cutting is crisp and on point. Otherwise you're going to have a hard time if you don't size it correctly. You know, maybe make your pages, you don't get it over and you've got your pages just a little too big. You're going to have a hard time getting them in here. I had a few I had a hard time because these pages are tight, so I used my bone folder to get them in there. But this is some of the Picture My Life. It's foil. It's very shiny. It's very pretty. And then it also suggests that you use some gold ribbon, so I had some gold and white twine. And then here it wanted you to use some foil. Well, I had this piece from an old compliment pack that I didn't use, and it is gold glitter, and so I thought that looked pretty. I like all things shiny because we already have all the other gold foil accents. Why not some gold glitter? And then here, this word is supposed to be joy, and it is from the compliment pack. I didn't get the compliment pack, so I cut it out with my Cricut. And then this is some gold foil left over that I had. Again, here's some ribbon that I had in my stash. I cut these stars out on my Cricut with red foil. Some more ribbon I had in my stash. Now some of these pages, this page here wants you to do some stamping. So So I do have this stamp set, one similar to it. It is Season's Greetings. That's the only stamp set I currently have that has a poinsettia. There's another one in the catalog, but I'm thinking that it's sold out, so I won't be able to get that. So I will do what I can with this. 'Tis the Season Holiday Card Making Stamp Set C11181, or if you have another poinsettia at home, use that, or cut something out with your Cricut. And then some more ribbon, some more conversation strips. We're down to page 28, 29, page 30. I did want to go back and show you page day 25. It is both pages, whereas the others were just one day a page. 25 is actually 2 pages. So you have room for a 4x6 and then 2 3x4s over here. And then of course some journaling. And then 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, and then here is New Year's right here. And then Marion Bright. Now the Marion Bright in the workshop instructions and the workshop bundle is part of the compliments. I didn't have that, so I went and got this off of one of my Close to My Heart cartridges and printed it out on some warm yellow cardstock, and it looks very pretty. And then down here at the bottom, I'm not sure what this is for, but in the pictures they show a conversation strip down here, and then they had kind of like a red enamel dot here. I didn't put that on yet. I think I'll probably put like 2018, something like that on the back, and I might actually throw a couple extra pictures back here. But this is the finished, almost 99% album, the Days of December bundle. It took me 2 evenings to put this together, and I was a little slower because I was cutting stuff out with my Cricut, that type of thing. But if you had all of the compliments, you could probably get this done in an afternoon or 2, or just spend an hour or 2 working it. The longest part was just cutting everything out, and I will tell you the cutting guide is a little bit tricky, so I would suggest that you read it over a couple times, kind of get your paper out, eyeball it, make sure you know exactly what it is that you're cutting before you start cutting. But anyway, I thought this was well worth the investment. So I invested all together, what, the album's $24.95, or the kits, the bundle's $24.95, and then the album's $15.95, and then the Picture My Life cards I think are what, $5.95. So 40, less than $50. I have a whole album for December. And you know, you could also add in some extra pages. It's pretty fat, so once you get your pictures in there, it'll be pretty fat. But I think that there is some room in here for growth. So you could add more pictures in here of your Christmas celebration, that type of thing. So anyway, I hope that this helped you and inspired you to do the Days of December Everyday Life album. Again, it's CC11181 on my website, catherine.ctmh.com. If you were to purchase this album, the bundle and the album and the compliments and the Picture My Life card, and you live in my area, I would be happy to help you put this together in an afternoon if you'd like. Just come on over and we'll have some hot cocoa and put this album together for you. I would help you. If you do purchase this album, you would also, if you purchased all the supplies, you would get the stamp of the month. So for December, if you bought this in December, that's going to be your stamp of the month. And let me just show you what the, I can't believe I didn't have it out, the November stamp of the month is. Very, very pretty. So you would get your stamp of the month for $5. This is the November stamp of the month, Seasonal Trees S1881, and it's $5 with a $50 purchase. So, anyway, happy crafting. Have a great week, and it's Thanksgiving week. I don't know if I'll get any more videos out or not this week, but enjoy time with your family and friends, and I will see you next time. Bye.